Hey MatPat, check this out. Game theory is awesome. I've been a fan since I was 14, I think. Something like that, past couple years. But anyways, I love MatPat's take on everything because I'm just not gonna take the time to play all those games and whatever and just do that. But I do love reading, and I found something noteworthy. So check it out real quick. In the Fosbear Fright series, book number 4, Step Closer, we get a closer look at Susie's story. It sounds pretty familiar, right? Now, I'll keep this short, so just hang with me for a second. In the last story of that book, we get told about Susie's story. Of course, again, sounds familiar. And it's just starting off with, coming home from doing grocery shopping, average 6-year-old stuff, I think. I can't remember the exact age of her. But we get an interesting bit of detail there right in the beginning, in like the first 2 pages of the book, of that story, where it's a little bit important because those 2 pages are dark when they start out. They're darker in color, and it's also just kind of jammed in there right in the middle. I'll read it for you really quick to see. Susie thought of voices as colors. That's what I'm getting at here. Her mom's used to be bright orange. Now it was a dull brown. It had been this new color for a long time. Susie missed the old color. Does spaghetti sound okay? Susie's mom asked in the same disturbing voice. Susie didn't respond to the question because she didn't care about dinner. She knew Samantha would care. Samantha cared about everything. She liked to be the boss. I think we should have some of those curly Q noodles instead, Samantha said. See? Susie smirked. Samantha's voice had changed colors too. It had never been bright. Her voice used to be kind of a pale blue, but now it was gray. Pretty atypical stuff for a kid, right? But it does kind of change its tone when you consider that Susie is already dead when they're talking about this. This whole story, she's actually already dead, so we're kind of dealing with her ghost here, as scary as that sounds. But I did want to point out a few quick details. So with this being the case, I think this does maybe change or support some other theories that MatPat has had. That's why I call him out on this video. I hope you're watching this, man. So MatPat has previously stated that emotions can control or possess or something like that any given body, and just needs an AI and a body to possess, whether it's wood or metal or whatever. Okay? Now, that being the case, I think it is pretty interesting that Susie is seeing everything in colors. Okay? I think that plays more of a role than what we're giving it credit for. I think that's why they put it right at the beginning of the book. So I have 2 ideas on this regarding especially the speech to color kind of thing. The first one, not so crazy. I think we're at least getting a language for how these emotions work and how they kind of come off of somebody. So as they're speaking, she's seeing the colors. At least that's what I'm gonna read that as. It may not be the case. It could just be her 6-year-old idea of, oh, okay, this is how she sounds right now. She might be sad, but I kind of want to take that a bit more literally. The second idea, though, kind of a bit more out there, but it does prove a few things and maybe rocks the world a little bit. The second crazier idea that I had actually while writing the script that I'm using is that we've actually seen people speaking in colors before. So now we have to think back, when have we seen people speaking in colors? Oh yeah. Every single dang mini game from the entire Five Nights at Freddy's series, except for the first one, but Scott said himself that he didn't really have a plan in place for that one. He was just kind of expecting it to flop. I think this might change or not the motivation, this might change the concept of people, like the color of the person as they're showing the text for their dialogue in the mini games. I think that might change a few things. This prospect, if it is true from right outside of this, I think we might have something there. I feel like I'm gonna have to go into more detail another time. I just at least wanted to get the idea out there. And I'm definitely not MatPat, but I did want to say that this is just a theory. Thank you very much for watching. MatPat, let me know what you think.